Hey, my amazing artists, welcome to another awesome art activity. This art activity, we're going to be making our own sketchbook in what I call the alphabet sketchbook. So let's start first with our learning target. I can create my own book. So bookmaking has been an art form for many hundreds of years. All the way back through history, there have been artists that have worked side by side with authors to create different types of books. The number one book, though, that an artist likes to use is called a sketchbook. It's where many of us artists keep our different ideas of what we want to create. I myself have filled many sketchbooks and have many more that I have yet to fill as well. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create your own type of book that we're going to use as an alphabet sketchbook, and I'll talk more about that later. First, though, we need to get out our art supplies and find out how we're going to make our book. So let's go grab what we're going to need. All right, artists, for our sketchbook today, you're going to need 7 white pieces of paper. Those are going to become the parts of our sketchbook where we're going to add our different drawings of our alphabet. You can also add a colored piece of paper if you'd like a colorful cover, or you can decorate your cover later on one of your 7 pieces of white paper, okay? So again, if you want colored paper, you can, but you don't have to. You need to have at least 7 pieces of white paper, though. We're also going to need a pair of scissors and some string to help make our book. Now, if you absolutely don't have any sort of yarn or string at home, I want you to go find some dental floss then. Dental floss is another type of string that we can use to make our books. So look in the bathroom and find some dental floss for that. We're also going to need our eraser and our pencil for when we start sketching. And then, of course, your favorite art materials for coloring inside your sketchbook you'll need eventually. Maybe not yet, okay? So please go get at least 7 pieces of paper, a pair of scissors, pencil and eraser, and some sort of string or yarn or dental floss. So our first step today is going to be making our sketchbook. Again, I have 7 sheets of white paper here, and if you want to have a colored cover, you can. The very first thing that I need to do with all of my papers is fold them in half like a book. So maybe I might start with my cover. Again, if you want to have a cover, you can. If not, that's okay. And then I'll also do my 7 pieces of paper. Now, I don't need to fold them each one at a time. I can keep all 7 together and fold all 7 at the same time. It's really important, though, to make sure that you press extra hard on your folds. Even pick it up and pinch it as you fold. All right, I have my parts that will go inside of my sketchbook, like so. I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to open them up with my white paper in the middle of my cover. I should see that nice straight line there. I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to grab my scissors. And I'm just going to make a small little cut up that fold from the bottom. And at the top as well, down that fold. Again, I don't want to cut too far. I just want to cut a little bit at both the top and the bottom. This is going to be where our binding will happen, right here in the middle. So now I'll grab out my string. Again, if you don't have any type of string like yarn, that's okay. You can also use dental floss. Find my end, and I want to make sure that my string is at least 2 times longer than the middle part of my book. So here's my first length, and then my second length. And I'll even add a little bit more to help make sure that I can tie it on the outside of my book. So I'll go ahead and cut past my finger. Again, it needs to be at least 2+ lengths. I'll go ahead, line it up in the middle part of my book, and I'm going to wedge it into those little cuts that I just made. Now I can flip it over, and on the outside part of my book is where I want to tie a nice little knot. So I'll tie my knot, make my bunny ears while I'm holding that nice and tight, loop them around and pull. Now, when I fold it closed, I have a nice little book, and all of my pages will stay right inside. Nice, easy little sketchbook. The nice thing about this sketchbook as well, if you ever want to add more paper to it or take pages out and add more, all you have to do is just untie your book and you can add more pages or take pages out. Now comes the really fun part. we get to decorate our cover of our sketchbook, as well as start filling in some of our sketchbook pages with the different parts of the alphabet. Now, the reason I had you pick 7 pieces of white paper is so we'll have 28 pages and there's 26 letters in the alphabet. But do you have to do the alphabet in your sketchbook? No, this is just one idea to get you brainstorming about different things you could draw in your sketchbook. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use some of my markers, my Sharpie, my crayons. I'm going to start decorating my sketchbook cover, and I might even start adding my alphabet in, and then I'm going to show you what my sketchbook will look like so I can keep drawing in it in a moment. Here we go. Alright, I decorated the cover of my sketchbook the way that I wanted to. Again, you can also decorate the back cover as well, my friends. Then I went inside and I put one letter of the alphabet on every single page. I put mine at the top in the middle to help me sketch below it, but you can always put it in a corner or at the bottom or even in the middle of each page as well to help you sketch out different ideas that start with each letter. For example, maybe on my A page, one thing that I might want to draw could be an apple. I could then color it in to add extra detail to what my picture is about, and I could even think about other things that start with A and draw those in on my page as well. There are so many different ideas that I could fill up my entire alphabet sketchbook with. And again, if you don't want to use the alphabet for inspiration, other ideas, you could have numbers at the top of each page to draw a different number of things, or you could come up with other themes, such as different sports to draw on each page, or different dances, different songs, and different books, whatever you want to fill up the different pages of your sketchbook with. I hope no matter what you put in your sketchbook, though, you have a lot of fun making your own book and filling it up with all of your own ideas. Happy creating, my friends.